So we've been talking a lot about personal accountability, and that's one of the 5 collaboration skills is self-accountability.
Yep.
This model, the collusion diagram, is a really great tool that creates some awareness around that.
Yeah, this one actually comes from a book called The Anatomy of Peace by the Arbinger Institute. So didn't have it with me, so I apologize for that. But ultimately, this is kind of a way of framing where am I in collusion with you in a dynamic that exists? So how it kind of plays out is, let's say you do something that I don't like. I see you doing it, right? And since I'm defensive by it, I start to respond in a way that is appropriate based upon what I've made up about your behavior. So I react in a way, so I do something that you see, and then you react in a way, and so all of a sudden we're on this cyclical dynamic. And so, another way of framing the question is, when you think about a dynamic that you're not, comfortable in, you got to ask yourself, how am I complicit or in collusion with you? What is it that I am not saying that needs to be said? So when you do something, I should say something, right? Or maybe I'm saying it and you're not hearing it, or maybe you're saying something to me that I'm not hearing. So we're totally not in compatibility mode, which creates this dynamic where ultimately we're going to be blaming each other for the dynamic rather than saying, what is the dynamic? So if there is a dynamic between you and somebody, ask yourself, how am I in collusion or how am I complicit by not saying what I need to say versus falling into old patterns by reacting in a way that leads to you seeing something that you don't like, that you respond to based on what you know. And that's where we get onto these cycles. And it can be years in the making and get people still stuck in a lot of hard, difficult situations. So, collusion diagram.
So here's something, so you do, and then if I label it and I put it on the person, blame, shame, whatever.
And what do you do when you blame, shame, right? You become the critic, right? And then it's like, I'm feeling defensive. I see you attacking me. What do I do when I feel attacked? I attack back. You see that, So it just, I think the technical term is shit show, right? So
you want to stay out of this and then identify again the dynamics between us that we are looking to understand better so that we can kind of work towards a common interest again.
Yeah, so again, ask yourself, think of a relationship that you're struggling with. Just ask yourself, how am I in collusion with the other person by not being clear and direct, not being open and honest, and sharing your truth. So this is a great framework. Again, the book Anatomy of Peace, great read, great as a parent if you're interested in just becoming a better parent, better person. Good book. So
very cool.
Collusion diagram.